14 WILI and 95.3 FM presents Hometown Threads, a closer look at our community and the people that make it go. Every week, you'll hear uplifting stories from our local businesses and our neighbors. Now, here's our host for Hometown Threads, Keith C. Rice.
Welcome into episode 133 of Hometown Threads on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM, Willimantic Today, Facebook, Spectrum 192, and of course, we bring this up quite often because we have many afternoon talk shows here on WILI, and you can watch a good number of them on our YouTube channel. It's quite simple. You just go to YouTube, youtube.com, and search WILI Radio in the search bar there, and you'll come up, you'll find our page, and you'll find Hometown Threads. You'll find J. Matt Rupar's show, Homegrown. Let's Talk About It with Dennis and Susan on the Home Front with John Murphy. The Duncan Friday Sports Scene, another show we do. A lot of our shows you can watch along with listening to them here on WILI. Hometown Threads, of course, couldn't do without Liberty Bank. Been with us since day one. Liberty Bank B Community Kime with 3 great local locations. Of course, across the street from the radio station at 679 Main Street, Willimantic. 1703 West Main Street, managed by my wife, Marianne. And then down the road in Mansfield, Route 195 in Mansfield, Liberty Bank B Community Kind. J. Matt Rupar, if you'd be so kind and say hello to the fine folks.
Hello.
And it's a pleasure. I can't believe I'm finally getting him in here. Shame on me. I should have had him in here a long time ago for episode 133. Welcome in the coach, Dan Switchenko. How are you?
Keith, great to be here.
It's great to have you here. Last time I saw you wasn't too long ago, and it was randomly, we're at Gillette Stadium. Little did I know the coach was up there too. I'm up there with some friends getting ready for the divisional game between the Patriots and the Houston Texans.
Didn't wear appropriate shooting that day. My feet were frozen solid.
Me too, and I thought it was the rest of my body was fine. Now, obviously, there's a lot of snow, mainly in the second half. But, a buddy of mine who has the season tickets told me afterwards, he goes, what you should do next time is to prevent your feet from feel like they're going to fall off, stand on cardboard. I said, I never thought of that. So, because if you're standing on cement, let's face it, we're all standing during the whole game. I don't know where you were sitting, but where I was, you had to stand the whole time. And
I think everybody was standing the whole game.
I don't think anybody sat down
you can't sit because you can't see.
Exactly. So I could see why people's feet were, feel like they're going to fall. But yeah, standing on cardboard. Thanks, Ray.
You can put the foot warmers in. But
or the foot warmer. I have double socks on.
I did too. Yeah. But I have Eastern Mountain Sport boots that I can go without any socks, and they're my feet are warm.
And your feet were still...
No, I didn't have those boots on. I had another boot on.
Oh, okay.
And I regretted that until I got back to my son's place in Norfolk after the game.
Oh, so you didn't have too far to go.
No.
Okay. Oh, that's right. It snowed that night, too, and I made it to Pawtucket, where I stayed with Ray and his parents, because Ray had to go back to New York, but not that night. But thank goodness there was a place to stay. But that was a great game. We won't get into the Super Bowl, but...
No. They had a great season.
Future is bright for the Patriots. Yep. And it's great to have you in here, Coach. I've known this guy for years, and we'll get into a lot of ways I do know him from when I was growing up. But should I call you Coach or Dan?
Whatever's best for you, Keith.
Longtime coach of the Eastern Connecticut State University men's basketball team. From when to when again?
From 1981 until 94.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's right, 81 to 94.
Yep. Still teaching.
Now, was that back? You're still teaching?
Still teaching.
Yep. We'll get into that. Now, back when you were coaching, was it ECSC? When did they go to you again?
I think it was 83.
Okay. Oh, was it? I thought 83. It was later than that.
No.
Okay. So you're still teaching, and tell us about that. What are you currently teaching up at the university?
Well, I teach in the physical education teacher certification program. All of our students aspire to be physical educators in the public schools. So I teach anatomy, physiology, and exercise physiology. It's a 3-semester science sequence, extremely rigorous, and we really do a good job preparing our students. They got a great pedagogy background, that is how to teach, and then I address the sciences.
And you were doing this while you were coaching too?
When I arrived, coaching was only a third of my total responsibilities.
Oh my God. Well, let's back up and I want to get into that too, but let's back up even further. Correct me if I'm wrong. You went to UConn, right?
No, Central.
Central.
Played for Bill Dietrich.
So tell us about your days at Central.
Great experience. nice facility. Bill Dietrich, head basketball coach of the 4 years that I was there, one of the winningest Division II coaches of all time. Just a first-class gentleman. We had outstanding teams. We traveled sometimes by plane, and for a Division II institution back then, that was exceptional. But we played all of the best Division II teams here in the Northeast. Wow. Stonehill, Assumption, sure. St. Mike's.
So Central was Division II then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what are they now, though? They went D1.
They're one. Yeah. They're Northeast Conference.
Northeast Conference,
Division
right.
I.
Okay. So, and you played 4 years there?
Yep.
Basketball?
Yep.
And
enjoyed every minute of it.
Wow. And then did you get any looks after, what was going on after Central? Did you already have the next step planned?
I received a 4-year doctoral fellowship to Ohio State. So
this is where Ohio State comes into the picture. Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah. Because of my undergraduate advisor, Dave Camione at Central, he was instrumental in advising me to look into Ohio State. So I applied for that 4-year fellowship, and it was just tremendous.
Because you're from Connecticut originally.
Correct.
Yeah.
From here, Willimantic.
Yeah.
First year, I didn't have any responsibilities for that fellowship, so I was a graduate assistant for Fred Taylor in the basketball program.
Wow.
And Fred won the Division I national championship in 1960.
Oh, my goodness.
So that was a tremendous experience. And that was my first college coaching experience as a graduate assistant under Fred Taylor.
That had to have been incredible.
It was.
So you were part of that national championship?
No. Oh, no. That was 1960.
That was 60.
But I worked for Fred, who was the coach in 1960.
Wow. Still, that's... So tell us about more of the Ohio State experience before we bring it back to here.
Well, as I said, I spent 4 years getting that PhD in exercise science, an extremely competitive program. Best decision I ever made. Yeah. That's where I met my wife, Kim.
I was about to say, where'd you meet? You met her at Ohio State?
At Ohio State, yep.
Okay.
In fact, she was one of my students when I was teaching undergraduate exercise science courses.
No kidding.
We didn't start dating, obviously, until after the class was over,
right.
But there were so many different aspects, so many different things that I was exposed to during those 4 years at Ohio State.
And I've traveled around a lot doing radio, but I've actually, my father and I, when I moved from Philadelphia to Salt Lake, we stopped at Notre Dame to get some pictures, not for a game or anything. But that's Ohio State is always one. Columbus must be. It's a lot of history with Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. And not many people know this, but Columbus is one of the 13 largest towns in America.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and it's primarily because of Ohio State.
Yeah.
But the experience that you have with one of the largest universities in the world in a great city like Columbus, it just offers so many different opportunities.
Aren't you supposed to call it the Ohio State?
You're right.
I have a question for you. Where did the Ohio State? Why explain that?
I don't know. I don't think it was Woody Hayes, but no. it might have been.
So I could see why you're a big Buckeyes fan.
Oh yeah,
I never asked you about that.
We're diehard Buckeyes.
Yeah. In fact, now I think about it, I have had you on the radio when I was filling in for Wayne. I forget. What it was for. It was years ago. But anyway, Dan Switchenko, Coach Dan Switchenko is with us here, episode 133 of Hometown Threads on WILI, brought to you by Liberty Bank, Be Community Kind. All right, so now it's you finish at Ohio State. What leads you back to this great community?
Well, my first combination teaching-coaching job was at a small Division III school in Michigan, Alma College, ALMA.
Okay.
2 years there. Then I was offered a Division I assistant position at Bowling Green, working for John Weinert.
Wow.
We tied for the Mid-American Conference Championship that particular year, and it was that spring that the Eastern job opened up. And it was unique because it offered me an opportunity to use my PhD in exercise physiology, teaching, and coaching men's basketball. But
you're still out in Ohio at this point, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. With Kim?
Correct.
Yeah.
But today, all of our coaches are full-time coaches.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't. In 1994, the Connecticut State University system made a decision to separate academe from athletics. So if you were doing both like I was at that time, you had to make a decision.
Wow.
Either you were going to go teaching full-time or coaching. And at that time, I had been in coaching 18 years, and I knew that the years in coaching were going to be limited.
So this is where you made the decision in 94.
94, that I went the academe route.
Yeah. Was it tough when you had to make that? I know how much you love coaching.
Oh, yeah. It was tough, but, once again, I spent 8 years of my life getting that PhD.
Yeah.
So...
and back what you were saying before, because you were about to tell me, back when you were coaching before you had to make that decision, you were athletics was a third of what you were doing?
A third.
Wow.
Today, our coaches are full-time coaches.
Yeah.
Back then...
How did you balance all that?
It was tough. It was tough.
God.
It was tough.
Wow.
Kim raised our kids. I mean, I was never home.
How many kids do you have?
2.
Okay.
But I was on the road recruiting or scouting. See, back then, you made all of the contacts in person. Today, almost all of your recruiting is done by tapes.
Email,
yeah. And one of the reasons is the infrastructure here is such that you can't finish practice, jump in a car, drive an hour or 2 hours, see a high school student athlete play, talk to their parents after the game, and then drive back. You'll never get to the game.
Yeah.
The traffic is that bad now. Wow. But it was every night right after practice, jump in a state vehicle to either scout or recruit, and did that every single night
Life is a saint.
for 18 years.
18 years. And tell us about some of the, let's talk a little about the coaching, you being the head basketball coach at Eastern. Tell us about some of the years and some of the memories you have from that.
Tremendous memories, because, you developed, even before students arrived on campus, you had a good relationship with them. You had a good relationship with their parents, because you went to see them. The key kids that I was recruiting, I would see them in person maybe 8, 9 times during their senior seasons. That's a lot of time.
Stay in touch with them.
Yeah.
Make sure they're going to commit.
And so, and once they get here on campus, there's a bond there. Some 3 ECAC clubs in 86, 88, and 90, and then 2 NCAA clubs. We went to the Sweet 16 in 92, and then in 93 we went to the Elite 8 of the Division III tournament, and that to this day is the winningest Eastern men's basketball program of all time.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever gotten further than that Elite 8.
No.
Huh? And where did they, back then, early 90s, when, it's so hard to say, I still can't believe, and I graduated high school in 90, and the 90s are considered, way back then now. Mm-hmm. But back in the early 90s, where did they, where were the venues for, an Elite 8? Or did they, I know you didn't get to the Final Four, but Elite 8 is amazing. Where did they, where was it another venue, or was it the higher seed, that kind of thing?
No, institutions would bid on hosting.
No kidding.
Sweet 16, Elite 8.
Really?
And then the Final Four, of course, was a separate venue. And they would do the same thing.
Wow.
You'd have to make a bid, and you were selected to host the Final Four
Did
that
Geisler
year.
or Eastern ever throw out a bid?
No.
Well,
No.
they always had nice facilities back then.
Yeah.
They still do. Mm-hmm. But do you ever make it up, watch some games here and there frequently? Or?
Not really.
No.
Not now. We had UConn men's season tickets for a number of years,
Sure.
and really enjoyed watching Jim Calhoun's teams play. And to this day, I really enjoy watching Danny's teams
play. Is it
play.
amazing what they've done?
Oh,
Gino and
yeah.
Jim and now
Yeah.
Dan. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just...
It's the real deal, for both men's and women's basketball at UConn.
It's still, I got to shake my head, and because UConn, well, mainly the men and the women, Gino obviously has brought them a long, long way as well. But I remember both teams, and mainly the men, just being the doormat of the Big East. And then Calhoun comes over from Northeastern.
Right.
And no disrespect to Don Perno, who was a good coach and brought in. I had Phil Gamble actually on my local sports show recently, and he was bringing back some old times. And it's just it makes you really appreciate what both programs have done.
Yeah. They play the game the right way. Both men and women. The women are really special. No one's going to No one's going to come close to them.
11 undefeated regular seasons. I mean, 48, 49 straight wins.
But there's so much parity in the men's game that it's going to be a long road.
What do you think of the portal?
Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Let's get your thoughts on that.
It's changed college athletics forever. You know,
they can make some revisions to it.
I was just talking about having a relationship with a student athlete before they even got to campus. Now, you can be working with somebody for, they don't get a chance to spend years with student athletes. No. A number of these student athletes, they're at 4 different institutions in 4 years.
It is. It's almost like free agency.
Yeah, that's not college sports.
It really is.
And in fact, there was a committee that was just formulated. I saw something on YouTube. Urban Meyer was a part of it. Oh, the chair of the committee is Nick Saban. Because
Saban doesn't like it either.
He's, they're very concerned with what is happening in college athletics today. It's
I kind of go halfway on it. The reason why I'm saying, I don't know how to put this. I see what you're saying about the portal. I was talking to my father or somebody the other day. What if they made a rule saying, okay, you have to stay at the institution for 2 years at least? What would you think about that?
At least it's better than what exists now. So, take a step in that direction.
Yeah.
And then evaluate once you
there's going to be some changes down the road,
definitely.
I would think.
Yeah.
Now, what about NIL?
It's a wild west.
I never thought. I know.
Yeah, wild west. From I remember when before Urban Meyer got the head football job at Ohio State. Remember what happened to Jim Tressel? His players sold their gold pants that they got when they beat Michigan for X number of dollars. Not much, but they all lost their eligibility.
Unbelievable.
For selling gold pants, football pants. And now, some of these student athletes, they're staying at an institution because they're making more money, NIL, than they would in either the NFL or the NBA. Because that first contract doesn't pay you what you make if you continue to be successful later on.
What happened to the good old days when Ray Allen was working at Champaign?
I know.
I know when he played at UConn.
I know.
Jeez, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's entirely different.
Well, you have some exciting news coming up, right? You're going to be inducted into the Wyndham High School Athletics Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What's the date on that again?
April 25th. We're having, in fact, our class leaders have decided that we had a 50th in 2019, 50th high school reunion, and we're going to have a 57th the night before this Hall of Fame induction because Marty Hammond, who was a teammate of mine in not only basketball but also baseball, he's being inducted in that class, and the 1968 undefeated football team, 10-0 football team, is being inducted.
Wow.
So,
because your wife sent over the list the other day, and I recognize something. I had Pat Risley in here not too long ago. He's on that list. And you said the 68 Wyndham High football team. Marty Hammond. Can you recall anybody else?
Hank Reed.
That's right, Hank Reed.
Who went to play football up at UConn.
That's right.
Okay. In fact, Lenny, his older brother, one of my teammates in not only basketball, but also baseball.
That's right.
So,
what was Lenny better at, basketball or baseball?
He was darn good at both, but I'd have to say baseball.
Okay.
He was Eastern's first All-American.
Did I know that? Wow.
Yeah, he was Eastern's first All-American baseball player. 1973. Yeah, 1973.
Who was coaching then?
Bill.
Wait, Bill was coaching.
Bill was coaching
when did Bill start coaching?
1883. Bill.
Do you ever stay in touch with him?
Oh, yeah.
He's still,
yeah.
He's hanging in there, right?
He's
living in Florida now, isn't he?
No.
He's still in Columbia?
Still in Columbia, but this time of year he's down south.
Right, down south.
Like every normal person is. It's only us abnormal people that battle this cold. This winter has.
Well, you and Kim get away. I see your pictures every now and then. You guys get away.
We take a week and go to San Juan in intersession between semesters.
Oh, is that what you
do?
Because you guys travel pretty frequently.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful spot. San Juan's Easy to get to.
How was there?
Direct flight.
Okay.
Stay right on the beach, just outside of San Juan. Love it.
We did a cruise in San Juan once, but probably, we only had like a day in port. But it sounds like you guys do it the right way.
Yeah.
You fly in there and spend it. So you guys do San Juan a lot? You do
virtually every year.
Every year?
It was that good the first year. We went back second year, third year, fourth year. We've been there 8 times.
Nice. How about that? And then you do a little Florida too, right?
Yeah. Well, during spring break, we mix it up. We've been to Key West a couple times. This will be our third time down at Fort Myers.
Okay, going to see some Sox, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I got to ask you, I know we're getting off we have a few more minutes here, but I tell you, 25 minutes goes by like that. So you just said, what was the last time you were in Key West?
Key West, 2 years ago.
Okay, we were there for the first time, believe it or not. Marianne and I have been wanting to get down there. We did it last year. I got to be honest, it was, when was it last? I think it was October. Was it October? Anyway, we went down for the day, took a ferry over from Fort Myers Beach, and it was really, really hot. A lot of bars. And it was nice, but I guess I don't know. Maybe it was just too hot that day. I have to go back and see it again. I think it was that great.
No beaches.
You're right.
No beaches.
no
beaches.
Could have used one that day. Let me tell you.
The Key West was nice because it's a great walking town.
Yep,
it allows us to walk in the morning, and then of course.
What did I miss though?
You got to stay on Duval Street.
Duval Street.
You can't veer off of Duval Street because that's where all the action is.
Yes.
And we happened to be there both 23 and 24, the years that Danny won national titles.
Oh.
So we spent, we watched the games at
perfect.
Sloppy Joe's Cafe.
Yes.
That's
always a good time when you're down there for March Madness and stuff. Yeah.
So that worked out well.
All right. So you guys are walking every day. We're just talking about that.
Yeah. I wish they'd take care of the footbridge.
Yeah, I know.
It's an historic site. Yeah, we would start on the other side of the river and then cross Bridge Street, walk down Main Street, and then go back over the footbridge. Great route.
Yep.
But now with the footbridge closed, it makes things more difficult.
Well, it kind of spices it up for you a little.
Yeah.
All right, before we wrap things up here with the coach, Dan Switchenko. Switchenko. Oh, I got to bring this up. I totally almost forgot. Matt, I might go a minute or two over, he's shaking his head like nothing new. I bring up a memory from Coach Switchenko from back in the day. He was also Ump Switchenko. Willimantic Little League. Okay, 10, 11 years old. I got it. This is my first time I ever met you. And remember, I'm 10, 11 years old. I probably had no clue who you were at the time. I just knew you were a very good, I would say you were a very good umpire. But, and I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Took pride in it.
That's absolutely.
Took pride in it.
And you'll see in a second how he took pride in it, because I don't mean to. Are you okay with doing your old your strike call here?
Yeah.
But as a 10, 11-year-old, you look back at your face, go,
they would
"Oh
jump.
my God, I was so scared."
The kids would be in the batter's box and they would jump.
Oh, good, I wasn't the only one.
It was great.
Yeah, how many years did you do that?
Oh, a number of years. Because I always taught summer school, try to make a little extra money to pay for the kids' college educations. And I'd get home just barely being able to walk and then put my umpire gear on. And
he was doing that while teaching and coaching. He was umping, too. God bless you. My God.
Well, I was young back then, Keith.
But you found time for the family, too, right?
Yeah. Great seeing you.
Yeah, well, let's go out and do lunch one of these days.
Sure.
And thank you to your lovely wife, Kim, for setting this up. I saw her on Facebook. I said, "Ooh, send a quick message to her to see if the coach is free." Yeah. So,
exam date tomorrow, so I have no class preparation. Yeah.
Coach Dan Switchenko with us for episode 133 of Hometown Threads, brought to you by Liberty Bank. Be community kind. Thank you to Liberty Bank. Thank you to the coach, J. Matt Rupar, and Willimantic Today Facebook. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And in the words of the great Roddy McCumber,
bye for now, folks. Bye for now.
And that concludes another edition of Hometown Threads. Got a story for Keith? Reach out to him on Facebook by searching Keith C. Rice, or email him at krice@hallradio.net. Don't forget to tune in next week on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM, as well as the Willimantic Today page on Facebook.